So, yes. I'm gonna do at least one more of these Shandalar playthroughs, specifically with Korath's 2016 mod, where it gets a lot of cards up to and including from Kaladesh, so basically like the tail end of 2016. Except this time, I changed the cards you can get out of dungeons. I took all of the 10 like original dual lands out of that drop pool, as you'll see, and then just was able to fit like 10 more cards in. So 10 cards I otherwise would never be able to obtain. Unless maybe, I don't know, in the off chance I get one from a lair, or maybe a random drop off an enemy, or something. So there will be, yeah, 10 more cards I'll now be eligible to get from dungeons. I don't know whether or not, like, the original dual lands will actually be available in the card picker. I mean, if they're not, I mean, I guess that's still fair because they're just strictly better than the shock lands anyways. And I'm still going to pick white because I want to start with the best world magic of these 5. Yeah, that being the sword that just lets you teleport to any village that's under siege. And it's also a nice bonus that white tends to have, like, in general, just really good removal against, like, any type of permanent, really. But no, still, just to have, like, an overall easier time, I do want to really just start with that Sword of Resistance. Alright, red skin, I'll pass. Green, I'll pass on that too. Gray, I'll pass on that also. That's a top hat for real. You can barely see it behind the background here, the top hat. What kind of a wig is this? Fancy. I think I'll go with blonde. That fancy hairdo. Oh, the hat with the feather. A skull cap to go along with the skull. What can we do with this, like, this ugly-looking character? If we want to do anything with this ugly-looking character, what could we do? Yeah, I think I'll definitely pass on this one. And this one, too. What kind of, like, crazy, like, character design can we get out of this one, I wonder? Oh, I thought that was a mustache. No, that's literally, like, cat nose and cat whiskers? Cat whiskers. Yes, I believe I'm seeing that correctly. This person literally looks like they're half human, half, like, leopard. I'm not even kidding. I don't know, I feel like I could literally be playing with the face maker all day at this point. Actually, not half bad. I might go with something along the lines of that. Oh, tuxedo. I might like that even better, personally. I think I like this even better. Frog. Spellbook. Maybe just make him carry somebody's skull around. I think I will do the spellbook after all. Top hat. You can barely see behind the background. I really want to just do the top hat. Alright, do we go with, like, Sharp Dressed Man, or do we go with just, like, the typical wizard you'd expect from a fantasy setting like this? Sharp Dressed Man it is. Moment of truth. What are we spawning in with? I want to see the deck. I mean, it's as you'd expect. I picked... Oh wait, I have Imperial Recruiter in here in my starting deck. Wow. Imperial Recruiter. Anything worth searching off of this, though? That's the question. I mean, of course I have cards. Apparently I have cards across almost all the colors. But let's see what we have in white. If I'm the Monarch, I probably didn't spawn in with any ways to actually get the crown. So this is basically just flavor text for now. Supply line cranes. Okay, some bulk common. Loam Lion. If I control a forest, that's a 2/3 for 1 mana. Soldiers you control get +1/+2. Do I have any soldiers? Is that a soldier? Artificer. Soldier. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control to tap 1 other target creature. And 4 mana just to even have this thing on the field. I don't know, I want my, like, enchantments to be doing... I want my cards to be doing a lot more than this for just 4 mana and tap 2 untapped creatures. Again, if I'm the Monarch, and I probably don't have any ways to actually become the Monarch. Or ways to discard cards from my hand. Do I have any? Whenever enchanted creature dies, target player discards 2 cards. Slingshot Goblin deals 2 damage to target blue creature. Most effective when it doesn't eat the ammunition. Markov Warlord. When he enters the battlefield, up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn, and these guys haste. I have more red cards than I do green. Especially more white, because that's the color I picked. And fewer black cards still, so... White and red. That's how I'm gonna start. 2 colors, because my mana fixing, I just spawn in with a random pile of garbage, and my mana fixing is probably non-existent. It's just gonna be too tricky to try and just juggle 3 different colors around this early on. Sometimes I even have trouble just making sure I have, like, both, just 2 colors up and running, if I'm really unlucky. Okay, that's technically mana fixing right there. Even ramp. Until you run out of charge counters. At best, you'll spend like 2 different colors of mana with the Sunburst, and I get 2 charge counters and thus 2 uses on this thing. At best. We're gonna make, like, yeah, tap it twice and then it just stops doing stuff entirely. Not really exciting now, huh? Sacrifice an artifact. Okay, I guess I have a few. If we need more mana. Draw 2 cards and opponent gains control of Humble Defector. Flailing Soldier gets -1/-1. Okay, +1/+1, any player may activate. Flailing Soldier gets -1/-1, any player may also activate. So if I don't have mana up and then my opponent just spends 2 mana, this thing dies and they don't even have to use a card to do so. Flowstone Blade. +1/-1 for each time you pay red on an enchanted creature. Dust Corona. Spear of Heliod, that's... Okay, it's also, yeah, makes all my creatures stronger, plus it's built-in removal as well. 4/2 for 5. Every time it becomes tapped, the opponent gains 2 life. I mean, at least it can regenerate itself, but still, that is so far behind curve. It's not even funny. And it's giving the opponent 2 life every time it so much as attacks, or even if it gets tapped. Sliver! And no other slivers to actually pair with this thing. My deck is indeed a pile of garbage. It's like, what do you expect? I just spawned in. What's for sale? Enchanted creature gets +2, -1. I can kill something with 1 toughness with this thing. We already kind of established I'm not playing black for the time being. I mean, you also don't spawn in with much money either, so we should probably go and sell some cards. Sell what we're not playing. 1/3 for 2 that... Okay, it has flying. I mean, when you literally just spawned in, anything will do. We got... Okay, the Spire here. 20 gold for that thing. It's just a 3/6 with no abilities. Done. What can I sell here? Alright, so I went to one of these, like, more established, like, cities. Yeah, the food tends to be more expensive. The cards also tend to be more expensive in cities like this. Yeah, just go to a smaller village, ideally, if I want to buy food for only 15 gold for 10 food. Not only are the cards more expensive to buy, they also tend to give you more money for the cards you sell here as well, so... If I want to sell a bunch of cards, get to one of these, like, larger, more, like, distinguished, like, landmark sort of villages we got here. And then go and sell off our cards. Alright, 305 gold, that's still terrible. That's still horrible. How many lands do I even have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12. We have a long way to go here. Defeat somebody to get any red card. An Elvish Mage. To get any red card. I don't even have like a full like 40 card deck that's just 2 colors yet, so I don't want to bother with that. Even though I designed all the decks. Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun actually just making a deck for every single one of the 55 enemies that Shandalar has to offer you. I mean, I definitely wanted to make like a set of decks that were challenging, so I'm not just going to go... I especially don't want to go rushing in with like an incomplete pile of garbage here. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably going to have to play several duels with a deck like this anyways. Also, I only got 3 mountains. We desperately need to find more if I'm playing this many red cards. We really have to find more. So let's try and find some, I don't know, mountains. I'm just gonna keep bribing everybody that I don't want to do right now with gold until that runs out. Plains. Reveal the top card of... If it's a land, you gain 1 life. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. We might gain 1 life. You might gain 1 point of life. When the opponent casts a creature spell, this is 1 mana, and if it's an enchantment, if the opponent plays a creature, they're probably going to do that. Then that becomes a 2/2. They're probably going to play a creature. How many lands are we sitting on now? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 14 lands? 15. I still want to get, like... I really want to get some mountains in here. Okay, I can get a black amulet for free. Just walk south a bit. Don't even have to fight anybody. I guess unless I run into them. 15 lands in a 40 card deck, I think that's like way too few. So we know I've already been here. What about this town? 1 mana of any color. Enters tap, sacrifice it unless you pay 1. At that point, I am desperate. I am now desperate for something that's going to produce another color and mana. Because this thing is just ass. I'm selling it. Definitely, yeah, that thing is ass, alright. Still Devi Steam Beast. Blue amulet just for going a bit north. Okay. There's a witch outside. Let me just avoid her casually. Got a swamp for sale. Bushido 1. If a permanent would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Maybe I'll just want to pick up more white cards to make up for the lack of mountains I spawned in with. I mean, especially... Okay, I think this is probably, like, my worst red card. My opponent can literally just pay 2 mana and not even use any other cards in the process. I'm basically handing them a removal spell. That's a good way to lose the game, by the way. Great way to lose a game. Literally just play creatures that give your opponent, like, basically free removal spells. Good way to lose. Defense grid? Interesting. Depends on, like, I mean, eventually I'll probably run into a bunch of opponents who will be trying to counter all my shit, so defense grid would be nice at stopping that, or at least slowing it down. Sell this card for 500 gold. The Flailing Soldier. It sells for that much? Okay. 500 gold for that. The Flailing Soldier sold for that much. Sure, okay. Do I have anything in here that might also have some, like, value that I'm just not aware of? So far, it's not looking like it. Nothing that really stands out. Trade blue amulet for colorless cards. Colorless cards. I only have 1 blue amulet, so I can only take a card that is a common. Colorless cards. I'd have to take a common card. Basic land cycling. Discard this card, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it. That could get me to a mountain too, technically. I believe it's a common. I could do that. Any other, like... Halfway's playable common land that can make colorless. I think Cloud Post, but... Okay, this too... I believe that's a common. If I wanted to play artifacts, this would be amazing. Evolving Wilds. Search your library for any basic land card put onto the battlefield tapped. Literally gonna go with the straight up, like the starter, like, Evolving Wilds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17 lands in here, I believe. I counted 17 lands. I'm gonna take out 6 mana. I mean, at least this has haste that can prevent some of my opponent's creatures from blocking it. Or any of my creatures for that matter, so... That's like the shittiest card in here, because there's like so many bad ones. This would be amazing if I actually had plenty of soldiers to pair with it. That becomes a soldier. That's cool. That's a Fox Samurai, that's not a soldier. Metallic Sliver, I don't think that's going to do nearly enough. Without any other slivers to pair with it, defeat a Merfolk Shaman to get any colorless card. Let's just see who I bump into. And who can I... Let's just see who I bump into. Other warrior creatures you control have vigilance. Do I have any other warriors? I don't think so. Because it's so cheap, I'm still gonna buy it. I guess probably take out some more red cards. Okay, we have that's a warrior. This would gain vigilance from this. If I somehow manage to come across both cards in a single game. 2 specific cards. Okay, that could get me to, like, the second color. That could get me to, like, all my other colors if I need it. So what do we take out? 2 damage to target blue creature, otherwise it's just a 3 mana 2/2. That would be amazing, just to definitely keep around for, I don't know. Definitely want to keep that, I guess, for now, if I run into a bunch of opponents that play blue. That's nice to just use against them. So, Bloodsand Tower for... It's just up here. The Black Castle is literally right here. I'm not even, like... I'm not even ready to go inside a castle, so... We can forget about that. You must... Or you can pay 40 gold to not duel this Undead Knight. Animate dead, if I beat him. I lose... I don't care for this. I don't really care about this card if I lose it. I lose a bulk uncommon, who cares? Okay, so I made the Undead Knight also play white. Okay, so far he hasn't done anything. Yes. I'll play this cat with lifelink pass. Victim of Night. So it's removal, basically. Knight of Infamy. Protection from white exalted. Well, it looks like I'm not blocking this thing anytime soon. As long as you control an enchantment, this will get +1/+1 and have a lifelink. If I can just spend enough red mana, then I can just make this get like -2 and just kill it that way. What happens if we just attack? You let it through. Dark Prophecy, when a creature you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. So I'm already only at 4 life here. Imperial Recruiter, what can I go get with power 2 or less that could save this? If I'm even gonna get another turn at this rate. Okay, that's gonna be what now? A 7/6. Didn't spawn in with anything that's gonna directly answer the 7/6 here. Sure, my last creature that I have. Well, I have to block this one. All my creatures are white, so I can all... Yeah, I won't be able to block this guy. What's for sale here? Core Blade Whirl, whenever I can give my creatures first strike by playing this. Or if I have other allies, I can just keep on triggering that. Trade a black amulet, which I have, for any enchantment. Might want to stay away from the Undead Knights if I just lean too heavily into white. Knight of Infamy is just gonna destroy me. I mean, of course, Undead Knight. Let's just give him a bunch of knights. See what we can come up with. They have knights in white. They also have a few in black, so I'll make them play both black and white. Still gonna lean much more heavily into the black, of course, as he did in the original game. Okay, I could do like 2 damage to target creature or player with a Seal of Fire. Oh, they have sneak attack in this. If I can just, yeah, get a bunch of big creatures to cheat into play over and over with this. Steam Vines. Whenever... It looks like it's an uncommon anyways. Seal of Fire it is. Yeah, I guess we could maybe, like, kill something with it. 1 mana, do 2 damage to something. That's... I think that's, for now, that's passable. Conjurer. You'll take my Opal Caryatid. That's if I lose. And yeah, keep in mind I'm starting all these duels with 10 life. Until I can just start finding some mana links. Yet I'm still gonna go for it just because. Conjurer will mulligan to 6. I will try this hand. I'm gonna put one of the cats down like turn 2. Phantasmal Bear. If that becomes a target of a spell or ability, it gets sacrificed? Okay. I'll play this first. Lord of the Unreal. So yeah, this Conjurer is playing illusions, pretty much. Okay, that's flying, too. That's a 3/3. Also hexproof because of this guy right here. And my creature's at first strike until end of turn. I'll gain 4 life. At this point, I think I'm just delaying the inevitable. Unless I can somehow remove both of these in a deck that doesn't really have any removal to go around. Can't be blocked by creatures with flying. Let's see what happens if I attack with this. Got some more damage in, apparently. Okay. Pass. I'm at 3. Mana leak. I might think that gets countered. Okay, so those don't have hexproof anymore. And I'll get some more life. Another Krovikan Mist. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Sunstriker. That way I can just gain some more life. Okay, that Krovikan Mist is dead. 5/5 flying. If I can target that with anything, it just dies. Otherwise, I'm in serious trouble. Anyways, again, I just ran out of gas. If I have a what now? An 8.5 tails? I'm running into a lot of opponents playing blue, so I guess I will put the goblin back in. Alright, can we maybe beat somebody at least? Let's not lose every single game this stream. Can we get somebody? Can we at least get some cards to start coming in? I definitely feel like I have enough lands to start us off. I guess now I gotta play the Fox like turn 3 or something. Okay, preordained, sure. Throne Warden, pass. Okay, I got the Goblin on the field that can do 2 damage to blue creatures. Okay, that's going back into my hand then. Aether Adept. Alright, now my soldiers get +1/+2. Back to my hand, I see. I'll have to recast it. Actually, I'll play the Fox, and then I'll play the Goblin. Attack like this. And then just pass it on back and hope for the best. Everything just be going back to my hand right now. Well, one of these things is gonna die. Pass. Okay, now I gotta get through this. Alright, let's cast Serum Visions with that art. Okay, now I gotta deal with a Spire Golem here that's in our way. Well, I can get my opponent to 1 life. And, like, then what? Wait, I should have no. Everything flies, I just noticed. I can't block any of this. They both fly. I'm not blocking anything at this point. Everything flies. Oh, I can gain 5 life and literally do nothing else. Trade White Amulet. I'd rather keep those to just do, like, Sword of Resistance teleports. +1/+1 for each other creature with flying on the battlefield. If I'm playing blue, though, that is. If I have anything to equip it with, though. If bread is spent to cast this, this deals damage equal to that creature's power to that creature. It can also prevent combat damage. At this point, I don't think I can be too picky. With next to nothing good coming in, I can't be too picky. If I want to destroy an enchantment, and that's a very cheap way, I guess, of doing it, this becomes a random color permanently and flies, and pretty underwhelming. I don't know, I guess I'm just going to be farming amulets and hopefully sooner or later also mana links. Actually get my starting life total to something more than just a measly 10. Trample Lifelink Haste. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Spark Trooper. Just go for like a nice quick punch for 6 damage and gain 6 life. I'm not really gonna be saying, like, I'm not really saying no to that. Even if it just dies like the same turn it comes down, I'm not gonna say no to that. I'm just a little concerned I'm not gonna have double red consistently by turn 4 with this deck. That's my only real concern right now. Haven't seen any mounts for sale just yet. I got a blue amulet, though. Blue cards for sale if I want some blue cards for any reason, if I want to maybe pivot to blue. I want to keep running around. All the way down there is under attack. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Interesting. think I'll sell this stupid blade. Mana Link for just going... Where's Celestine Spire? I believe I have time to run there, then teleport to the hall, and then hopefully beat the Seer and not lose that town to the Blue Wizard. Okay, let's make this quick. Let's make it quick. Mana Link. Leave. Teleport. Might as well see what's for sale before I just go rush into battle with a shitty deck. Where's the Seer outside? Alright, I lose the War Chief if I lose this duel. I get that if I win. Hopefully I'll draw my third land sooner or later, and hopefully it's going to be even better yet, something like an Evolving Wilds or a Mountain. Now, if all else fails, I'll use this to get to the mountains. Serum Visions, pass. Oh, okay. Anything that does damage to me, I can just pay 3 and kill it. Spire Golem. Affinity for islands, flying. I mean, this will not tap. I'll just gain 3 life. I have a response. Spear of Heliod, get rid of that. Get rid of that flying golem. I had a response. I'm at 15, okay. Let's play the deer, the elk, whatever we want to call it. Okay, another Omen Speaker. I'm gonna gain some more life. I'll play another creature on the field. I did not realize that was a 3/3. Oh right, everything on my field has +1/+1. Duh, of course. I'm gonna Spear of Heliod kill the other Spire Golem that just came down. And then, yeah, you can't block all this. Alright, won my first game after losing, I think, like 3 or 4 in a row. And even more importantly, we won a game where, like, a town was at stake, so... that town is safe. And I got... sacrifice this to return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. I don't have any lands I really that badly want to recur, so I'll sell it. Sell for 105. I guess I'll just take the money. Elves, not bad. I really don't think I need this guy here. Start with 12 life. And... what? Wow. I'm gonna mulligan. And then end up with something arguably worse. I'm gonna keep the lifelink where it is. Actually, if I just Evolving Wilds shuffle It doesn't matter anyways. Yeah, what if I just never draw a mountain? Then what? Okay, now I need a second plains. I'm not getting a second plains. I'm dead. Druid. I only lose that if I lose, so I'm gonna go for it. One land hand again. Mulligan. 4 lands and they're all white. Wouldn't be a problem if I wasn't playing 2 colors. So, Flash and Death Touch. Oh, flying creature. Right, that snake is gone at least. If you control the creature with the greatest toughness or tied for the greatest toughness at the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. Okay, thankfully I got the 2/3, so until he, I guess, play something with more toughness than that. Or equal. Should be fine. Alright, let's play this bird. Make my other, like, flying creature even stronger. And queen? Kill the queen, or I'll be fighting her drones forever. Or just fly over the creatures that he has. Arid Mesa! Okay, I'm just gonna get a free fetch land thrown in. He's just gonna throw in a free fetch land. Sweet. And it so happens to fetch for, like, both... Yeah, fetch into both the colors I happen to be playing. That's going straight in. Okay, so that goes in. Black Amulet just for walking east. Okay, sure. Okay, I gotta go southeast. That's the bazaar down there. Fisher. Destroy target creature or land, but for 5 mana, though. And 2 of it's gotta be red. Haste as long as no opponent controls a white or blue creature. Not unlikely that will happen. Not terribly unlikely, we'll go with that. Anyways, Aloran Bazaar. I want to go there. Maybe eventually I can actually grab something nice with all these amulets I'm picking up. A mountain. A raging cougar. But no, really, a mountain. Take out a plains. The bazaar is just down here, so let me go there. Okay, see, this guy can't go in the swamps. Trade Black Amulet for any land. See what's for sale here. They put an artifact card from my hand onto the battlefield by sacrificing this and paying 4. I don't have any artifacts. I really wanted that badly cheat out onto the battlefield, unfortunately, so that's a pass. Okay, that's why. Can we just run across? Trade Black Amulet for a green card. If I was playing green, though, but I'm not. All of these are just all apparently black cards for sale, too. Trade a Black Amulet for any instant. I'm playing red, by the way. Red? What's a good red instant we can just chuck into any deck? Classic. Classic Lightning Bolt. That's a good, yeah, that can go into anything. Pretty much any good red deck. Lightning Bolt. Yep, grab that. Kill anything with 3 or less toughness, or if the opponent's on like 3 or less life, just kill them instead. Defeat a witch to get any instant card. I'm gonna see if I can beat a witch. I didn't really give like the witch a deck that was like too focused on any sort of like specific theme. I mean, yeah. Her being like the weakest like black enemy, I kind of want to give her like one of the like, I kind of like want to give her like a deck that's like not too hard to beat, even like starting out with a pile of garbage. I mean, I want it to be challenging, but still like possible. So early on, like the opponent should be like easy enough to beat. Yeah, should be. Planes, pass. So when that dies, one of my creature gets -1/-1. Or -4/-4 if the witch has Bog Brew Witch. Gonna block with both of these, okay. Okay, 2 Festery Newt triggers on the stack. They're both gonna go here, so why did I play that? So why did I play that? Why did I play that first? I gotta just pass. Okay, now I have a swamp instead of a land that can actually make red. Okay, plains and swamp. That's how I got 2 counters. Oh, I can remove both of them at once. I didn't even realize that. I can remove both in one shot. And then those counters are kind of just gone forever. But that means I get to play this and go swinging with it. 4/4, okay. And I am pretty basically all out of cards. I am not seeing my second color. I guess we can try this again. Maybe this time I'll actually draw into my second color. Yeah, now I most certainly have... Now I most certainly have both my colors up and running. Should be already just able to do quite a bit more than last time. I didn't realize I could just... It doesn't tap to remove the charge counter to add mana. This doesn't tap. I just realized. So I can remove all the charge counters in one shot if I want. Okay, just gonna pump and then 2 go Shade twice, and I'm gonna take 4. Oh, lifelink. Now I'll just gain 3 life back. This can just pump itself to be a 4-3. I'm just gonna let it hit me in the face. Bubbling Cauldron. She's at 4 life, I have 5 damage on the board, and all her creatures are tapped. Of course, yeah, Black Lotus is still... Yeah, the Power 9 is still in the dungeon as dungeon treasures. You can only really get it from the dungeons. We also have Channel and Mind Twist in there, but I'm just gonna take the cards. Including a land that makes blue and black. I can do 5 damage to something for 5 mana. And destroy equipment if it has any. If that creature had any equipment. I guess destroy that too. Sell this for some money. I'll sell the Loam Lion for some too. I'll come back to that later. If I want to pivot to black, definitely would be playing Terror. Very, very playable still. Early on, though, still very playable. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't mind me just counting my lands again. 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't really have much else. Just when I don't have that many other cards to go around, it's like, what do you expect? Return to Perinian Keep. Oh, of course. Grab any instant of my choosing. Any instant. I'd say, like, maybe grab another Bolt. I'm playing both red and white currently. Why not also gain some life as we do 3 damage to something? Why not? I'm just gonna take the Lightning Helix. I'll take a Lightning Helix. And yeah, I'd rather do 3 damage for 2 mana than like 5, well, spend 5 mana to do 5 damage. Anyways, I want to save my game. We'll save over this one. Okay, 3 wins, 5 losses. Sounds about right. I have just enough money if I want to buy this Ring of the Guardian immediately. We're gonna duel the Witch. Already defeated one Witch, maybe we'll just be able to beat another. Unless our draws are like really bad again. So... I don't think it really matters what I play to start this off. I got nothing for turn 1 just yet. I'll let that hit me. Okay, just a mana rock. Okay, so this thing is probably dead. Yeah, because I would like to actually be able to put a +1/+1 counter on something. Okay, that is now a swamp. Because this could put the counter on itself, right? Might as well just do that. Okay. Whenever you tap a swamp for mana, it's gonna make double mana now. Unless I can somehow get rid of this thing. Well, let's attack for 3. Okay, now I gotta deal with this 7/7 creature here. That can regenerate if it needs to. Well, at least this Corlash doesn't fly, so... Another Crypt Ghast. I'm gonna attack this way. I'll kill one of these. Okay, now I'm dead here. That tendril, that killed my only blocker. I gotta beat a Vampire Lord, but I could get any enchantment if I could succeed. I gotta buy some food, actually. Oh, I really need to come into some more cards and soon. So that sells for 120, and then this sells for 130. Hopefully I won't need the blue-black land later. Hopefully not. And especially if I go buy the Ring of the Guardian now, I'm gonna be super short on money. Terror sells for 135. Hopefully I won't be, like, regretting selling this. If I sell it now. I guess hold that thought. First strike. And every time it does combat damage to a player, I'm just gonna get a 1/1. Actually, not bad. We'll buy that. And then throw it straight in the deck. Not half bad. Let's try that. I'll sell the Terror, actually. Defeat a Prismat Dragon to win any instant. Literally defeat a dragon. One of the strongest enemies in the game. With this pile of junk. I don't think that's happening. Alright, Black Amulet, and I just gotta run around somewhere. Sarmal's hold was just, yeah, I surely already visited the place. I think that would be alright in my deck if I can beat this guy. He's gonna start first. Yep. Can't attack unless you control a knight or soldier. Could technically block. There's the knight. Oh, also, yeah, there's the soldier, by the way. Yeah, first strike, I don't want to attack into that. Oh, shit. Oh, first... Oh, double strike. I'm gonna lose here, for sure. I'm definitely gonna lose that one. Sarmal's hold is... Okay, that's a different, like, city that's under attack. Grab any enchantment for, like, with a black amulet. I may do that. I'm actually going to white. 3 mana, exile any other non-land permanent until this goes away. Basically get rid of just about anything for 3 mana at common, so I can just get it with 1 amulet. I'll just teleport here too, I suppose. Okay, I meant to teleport on over. Tempted to accept the quest, just get a white card of my choosing, but... I mean, if I terminate... Oh wow, not bad. I was playing black. Which I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna pivot to black. Alright, she takes my Spark Trooper if she wins. I get like a piece of removal if I win though. That goes straight into my deck if I win. We're gonna definitely try that hand. Iron Mesa. Lightning Helix! Okay, so the Priestess has my deck. That's what that means. Priestess has my pile of crap. So, her creatures have first strike until end of turn. Didn't attack anyways, apparently. My creatures gain first strike. We'll do some damage, and then we'll pass. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. ASAP. Let's get a mountain. Yeah, there's no way I can let this stay on the field. I'm not winning a trial by combat if all her creatures get +1/+1. That simply ain't happening. No way we're gonna win a trial by combat. Like, under those conditions. Put the counter here. I have plenty of white creatures that will not have haste. Yeah, let's definitely thin out my deck. We're both in top deck mode. Okay, my Kavu runner also will not have haste. I think we got this, maybe? Yeah, she has no more flying creatures. And we even saved the town. We won. Nice. Oh, Repentance. I can also kill creatures with power equal to or greater than their toughness with this for 3 mana. And a Quicksand. I will take the cards. We avoided another disaster. And I will take these cards, thank you very much. Prevent damage to our target artifact. What target artifact creature? What target artifact creature? Okay, well I had this one. That's my one artifact creature. Alright, where's there the nearest witch I can just go hopefully beat up? I want to really just have to ante something else. Warlock. Will I lose? I don't really care about that if I lose it. I think my hand is good. Well, now I'm gonna have to... All the zombies get +1/+1. Lightning Helix. Okay, so that's dead. Already. Go, Spark Trooper. Death Baron. All zombies and skeletons get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. Target the Death Baron. Pass. I might have a shot. I might have a shot. Shamble back. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. Create a 2/2 black zombie and gain 2 life. Okay, make a zombie, gain some life. That is fine. Okay, that's a 3/3. I was like, okay, how big is that? 3/3, that's how big it is. Okay, so it's dead. Okay, did I just win? Yes, I did. Okay, yeah, give me some more cards. Also, by the way, Skull Clamp's a dungeon treasure now, and so is True Name Nemesis. Time Walk, because of course it is. 2 mana, take an extra turn, of course, that is just busted. Skull Clamp is also like an insane draw engine. I mean, especially if your deck is good at making 1/1 tokens, and it's even crazier. And True Name Nemesis because there's just very few ways of actually removing one from the field if it resolves. Sell that for 80. I'll sell this for 40. Sell that for 255. Twisted Justice. We'll sell for 50. So I'll have to ideally find a witch to go beat. We'll do this one. Okay, that makes it really easy. I would imagine that makes it super easy. Attack for 2. Pass. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize you could just block with everything here. Attack for 2. And yep, there we go. Oh, I even got a Shockland. Granted, it's not in, like... Well, it's in one of the colors I'm playing, but not the other color that I'm playing. And I can go grab... Gotta get back to that town there. Any white card, I believe it was? Any white card am I choosing? Any white card, yes. Any white card. One thing I'm definitely noticing, I mean, because I was the one who designed the decks, I did put a lot of low-cost creatures which can kind of just swarm the boards really quickly. I may want to actually grab a board wipe that doesn't cost like too much mana. Something like, I think 4 mana for a board wipe seems fair, so... I might grab a Wrath of God, and if the opponent starts to get too many creatures out on the field, just drop one of these bad boys. We're gonna go with the classic Wrath of God. I'll sell this for 80. To assist you, I shall tell you of the dungeons which hold valuable spells. Library of Alexandria, Mana Crypt and Strip Mine, in a dungeon somewhere that contains small red creatures. If I can find this dungeon, it would be really... I would love to get this Library of Alexandria on my hands. Now, what concerns me is that I still have, like, 0 white amulets. What if another village comes under siege, then how am I supposed to actually save it? Unless I so happen to be just, like, right in the vicinity when it happens. And I just realized I have, like, no food again. Save the bolt for something scarier. As much as I would love to throw a lightning bolt at something. Sacrifice a creature named Festering Newt. Each opponent loses 4 life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. Oh shit. And she's got 2 of them. Well, now she only has 1. Anyways. Alright, before I get drained for 4 life again... Because I only have so much life I can just burn through before I actually, like, end up dying. Might want to block this. I'm gonna take the gamble. Right now I can't even pay 1 life. I just realized I can't even do that. That will no longer be viable. I don't think I have 3 mana to just search for lands with this, sadly. And I definitely have to block now. Okay, that's a 4/4. Pass. Oh, not attacking, apparently. Okay. But then that is still definitely up as a blocker. Going to attack. Oh boy. Which selects sacrifice creature to gain some life. Exile. Get rid of Corlash, gain 5 life. She casts another. It's now not a, like, Oblivion Ring. Get rid of the second one. Now that I can actually afford to do it, I'll fetch. Maybe I'll do combat first. Crypt Ghast. Oh, Spark Trooper. Right on time. Where's this getting, like... Oh, it's a soldier, so it's gonna get a buff from Daru Warchief. Daru Warchief making this a 7-3. I never thought I'd see the day. I believe we can just attack with everybody. Or almost everybody. Nirkana Revenant. What else does it do besides being a 4-4? It can gain +1/+1 until end of turn. Minimum 5 damage gets through, I believe. Oh, never mind. I miscalculated. Perfect. I'll just take the cards. I'll skip dueling them. Because I desperately need some food. Let's get some food. I can get another white card if I want. Let's just make it another copy of the Oblivion Ring. I think that can go. Sell the Bog Brew Witch for 80. I'll sell this for 105. I'll sell the Quicksand for 50. I'll let go of the Riot specs. I don't believe I need it. I think Pentad Prison, that'll just also go. So we're at almost 1,000 gold here. I'm gonna get another dungeon clue. Ancestral Recall is in the Altar of the... I also put Tolarian Academy into the dungeon loot table. Yeah, I figured out how to also modify the dungeon loot table. It wasn't even that hard. Just finding, like, the right text file and then just, like, changing out some card names for other card names. It wasn't even that bad to try and do. And we even, yeah, even threw Tolarian Academy into this, like, mega rare loot pile. I'm beating a lot of these witches, so I guess we'll just keep going. Because I think eventually, once we defeat enough, they'll actually start begging us for mercy. Once we beat enough of them. And then they might even just give us, like, stuff from their decks, free money, which I'd be happy with any day. Tainted Well, my mountain is now a swamp. Pass turn. You need to, yeah, you need to put like 2 mana into this to regenerate it. Well, she doesn't have 2 mana up. Remove it. Okay. Her removal spell. And that's gonna come in as a 4/6, and then I'm gonna have to just pass it back. Nice try. I'm gonna Oblivion Ring the enchantment that's making my creature -5/-5. That's hampering that thing's performance. Alright, you're at 3. I'll pass. As far as Shandalar, like the old school Magic the Gathering game goes, the latest version I know of is like Korath's like mod of up to 2016. Oh, perfect. Oh, Siege Rhino! I'm not playing black or green though, but Siege Rhino. Yeah, I remember when this was actually a really good card, but I remember when that was good. How much is he worth? 265. I'll just sell him for some more quick money. Win a blue card by defeating a Warlock. I'm thinking about it. I mean, there's really good stuff to play in blue, especially once the Power 9 come into play. Thing is, I'd have to find a Warlock somewhere. We'll find a Seer. I do not want to wager this, though. Still have plenty of, like, cheap removal options that should be able to handle whatever she plays. They could kill me, so we're gonna go for it. If I want to pivot into blue, that Preordain is looking nice. I'm gonna try that. Well, I got a creature to start swinging with next turn. Mana leak, so my thing gets countered. I would like to still find my second color. Imperial Recruiter. Oh, another mana leak. Spire Golem. Bolt to the face. Something to do with exiling all surf tokens. Okay, where is the nearest Warlock? A bit further south. I'm gonna try. Got an Ensnaring Bridge for sale for dirt cheap. On the off chance, maybe, I don't know, actually want to play it. Oh, really, where's that Warlock I can go beat up? Okay, I believe, yeah, that's him. I gave him a zombie deck. Gonna give that a go. Yeah, speaking of zombies, there's one right there. Now we can only hope I'm gonna find my third land, and ideally it's gonna be one that makes red. I'll give this first strike. Mountain. Make my creatures actually stronger. And then just pass for now. Oh, this is Intimidate. Unless I have a black or an artifact creature, I won't be blocking it. Do I just save the bolt? Death Baron. Attack with everything. I'm gonna bolt the Baron. Definitely bolt the Baron here. Choose blockers. We'll block like that. Okay, so 4 lands. That Death Baron is gonna come back and I want to get rid of it. Definitely get rid of that. He's at 8 life. That's gonna come down as a 4/4. Hope this wasn't a mistake. It was. I believe I lost the bulk common, so it's the... Yeah, I lost the bulk common. Do I dare play for that win? I don't want to anti my own fetch land, though. I'd rather we don't. Doomblade. Unfortunately, I'm not playing black, but Doomblade is nice. If I was, and not playing against another black deck. Which summons a Warlock, so if I beat him, does that fulfill the conditions? And does that fulfill the condition to get a blue card? If I can beat him, I think that does. Okay, I already got removal from my creature, I say. Samurai of the Pale Curtain. Pass. Another removal spell. Jeez. Nice. I'll just play both of these, I guess. I mean, I can. I'm gonna Helix this thing. If I can just get a little bit more damage in, Lightning Bolt could just do the rest. That's his one creature he has out. That's his one creature he's got left, so you know what? Bolt that instead. And GG's. And a free Dark Ritual. I can take any blue card now. Well, not just... Well, actually not any blue card. Ancestral Recall, for example, is not going to be in here. Pretty much anything that's like you can take from the card picker, which is still like most of the blue cards in the game that existed in 2016, and that got coded into the game. Yeah, if I really want to play blue. Okay, yeah, here's one of the best blue cards of all time. I was looking through all the cards that exist in this specific, like, mod of Shandalar. Yeah, this is part of a... Well, I don't know if the whole cycle is nearly as famous as Force of Will. I don't think the cycle this is part of is nearly as famous as Force of Will itself. It's part of a cycle of cards that all cost 5 mana, or instead pay 1 life and exile a card that shares a color with it, rather than pay the mana cost. The green and the white ones, last I checked, are pretty much stone cold unplayable. The red one is somewhat good. The black one is only, like, slightly less, like, good than the red one. Pyrokinesis is, like, alright. I guess, yeah, so is Contagion. I checked to see if any of those were in the game. I didn't see them anywhere, but I guess Force of Will was just such an iconic card that it had to be in here. And yeah, counter any spell for 0 mana, by far, just the best thing you could be doing in that cycle. You know, when I say cycle, I mean, like, for anyone who doesn't know, like, 1 card of each of the 5 colors of Magic. Yeah, that is, like, once I would start playing blue, though, if I want to play blue. I mean, if I get to play potentially the Power 9, the blue cards, if I can get my hands on them anytime soon, and stuff like Force of Will. Also, cheap counter spells like Mana Leak, if I can start playing stuff like that, then definitely want to just play blue. Counter target creature or sorcerer's spell. Mystical Tutor. Blue has some insanely good cards. Long story short. This is just like a really good tempo piece. Especially if you're just using it to counter like a much like more expensive spell than Remand. Really just slowing down your opponent and you're just drawing a card. Good tempo piece, Remand. Maybe for now just take a card that could sell for a lot of money. I want to just see how much that sells for, Sphinx's Revelation. 1,280 gold. I guess that's what we're gonna be doing with the free blue card. We're just gonna put a ton of money into our bank. Okay, he's off. He's got Mana Leak up for ante. I only have to ante this shitty land. Let's go for it. I was thinking about it. More likely to draw into spells. I have more of those still left in my deck than I do lands. This right here will just take another land out of my deck by fetching for it. And I still drew another land card in a hand that's full of them. Yeah, using this to kill a 1/1, definitely a waste. Let's kill the thing that's giving everything +1/+1. Okay, so it's a 3/3 that also flies. Yeah, it flies too, apparently. Yeah, I gotta slow him down somehow. Okay, thankfully I'm not playing any islands right now. Ouch. Oh boy. We're gonna Helix the Lord of Atlantis. I'll kill both of these. Yeah, okay. When this enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you exile another merfolk you control. This is just gonna die. Wait, it didn't? When this enters, sacrifice it unless you exile another merfolk you control. Or does that part just simply not work, so you basically like don't have to deal with the downside? Does that just not work? And thus you don't have to sacrifice anything? If I just let this hit me, sacrifice it to take an extra turn. And then pass! Okay, sure. Just immediately pass. And so I'm shocked we just stopped playing cards entirely. Lightning bolt to the face. Okay, so I think Wanderwine Prophets is also like one of the bugged cards in this modded version of Shandalar. You apparently don't have to sacrifice a merfolk when you have it enter the battlefield. Apparently you can skip that. Okay, I'll take a free creature in the next duel. Apparently you can completely skip that. Keep. Attack for 1. Gonna waste a removal spell on the card that I started with for free. Okay then. Another victim of night. Alright, go search for any creature with power 2 or less. If there's anything I want to grab, there definitely should be. I'll take... the guy that could make soldier tokens if he can actually start doing combat damage to a player. I already got to search my creature out. Precinct Captain, and pass. Death Baron. This is attacking. My guy has first strike. This has Lightning Helix. We're gonna Helix the Death Baron. This goes back to being a 2-2. First strike. You just got played. The soldiers are also gonna get... the soldiers are also... these little tokens are also gonna get the +1/+. I'm gonna get so much value here as long as this guy sticks around. Doesn't look like the game's gonna be lasting for this much longer at this point. Okay, so that came in with... for each zombie card in your graveyard. Whenever you cast a zombie spell, I don't quite think that's gonna be happening at this point. I don't... he's not gonna get another turn. Attack with everybody! Ooh, Shalograve. A creature that literally makes it so he can't play creature spells. Take the cards. Not gonna do the castle because, you know, I'm still not confident in my ability to actually go do a castle. Can I actually make it there before the white wizard or the priestess just steals the town for good? Oh, wow. Yeah, sadly, I don't think I'm, like, getting up to 8 mana. Unless I play a lot of ramp, which I'm not playing. I would love to do that right now, but I would love the mana link. But yeah, just one problem. I have a town that's under attack. I might be able to save it if I'm fast enough. I think I can run there if I'm fast enough. I'm pretty sure if I go along the roads, I move faster anyways. That's exactly where I'm trying to go. Oh, how funny. Okay, I can lock down an artifact if that even matters. Okay, big scary dragon. I don't want to have anything to do with you right now. Come on. Duel this priestess. Let's see if she actually plays her own deck or steals mine again. I mean, we both play white, so... Herald of Dramoka pass. Vanishing Light. That's not in my deck, so she must be playing her own. She must be playing her own deck at this point. Enchanted? Okay, equipped creature gets vigilance on +1/+1 each upkeep if the equipped creature is white. I'm going to... Oh, I can't even actually cast this. That is not a non-white creature. Unfortunately. Oblivion Ring. I have to pay mana to remove the counter. Attack. As long as no opponent controls a white or blue creature. She has 0 creatures, so this thing has haste. Let's clap her for 6. Okay, never mind. Banishing Light again, targeting my Oblivion Ring. Uh-huh. The Banishing Light that has my Oblivion Ring under it. Hello, I'm trying to click the enchantment. What's going on? Put this back into exile. And hope to God we don't run out of cards before she does. This is looking really good. I need to just hit her with one when she's not playing anything. I need to just have to hit her like one of these creatures, and one of them flies even. Bee Sting! I think I'll play this Diving Griffin. Might even play this too. Regenerate target creature, so if it would die, regenerate it, and then you gain control of it. If a creature would die, you can basically just steal it for yourself. And, okay, there's the green amulet. How much is this worth? 380. Would sell for either 380 gold, like, if I want to do that right now. Pay 4 mana and maybe draw a card. If it doesn't have the same name as a card in my graveyard. I mean, I'm sure I want to draw cards, but 4 mana per card, and I might not even necessarily draw the card. I'll pass. Grid Monitor. You can't cast creature spells. Those are good stats, though, for 4 mana, for this poor selection of cards that I currently have. We will think about it. If I want to play, like, some crazy Reanimator deck, then Shallow Grave might be nice to keep around. Anyways, we still have, like, plenty of gold to our name. I changed my mind, I'm not gonna play. I don't think I'm ever gonna play the Grid Monitor at this rate. 3,000 gold to our name. I can do 3 damage to something for 3 mana. Okay, at least on the bright side, if a creature dealt damage would die this way, I can exile it. So yeah, you just wished it was Lightning Bolt. It's playable, it's just not, sadly it's not Lightning Bolt. I'll slot it in for now. I mean, I can also just throw this on my opponent's face if they're low enough on life. That can just kill them still. Yeah, it's slowly but surely looking like a red-white deck. It's slowly starting to look like one, I guess. I might as well buy another World Magic. I don't see why not. Is this a dungeon? I think it is. This is a sorcerer who wants to duel me. We're gonna duel him. I see enough lands in there, so I keep my hand too. My only fetch land. Pass. Right, creatures you control a first strike. Alright, I got a 1/1 flyer. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, it's gonna gain power equal to your devotion to red. Okay, so 3/1. I'm gonna get rid of the Bloodmark Mentor, and the aura is just gonna fall off. There's another one. So that has first strike, so I do not want to send a Spark Trooper attacking into it. Would not at all want to do that. Trample. These creatures gain trample. Or I just simply kill that thing. Or I kill the thing that's giving first strike to everything. I don't know, I really don't want to deal with the first strike. Okay, so what's his devotion to red as that would enter? I think it would be like... I think it's 4 or something. Damage to each opponent. I'm gonna do Yamabuchi's Flame. I really want to get rid of the first strike. First strike. I really want that to go away. Oh, I even get rid of one of his creatures. Nice. My Spark Trooper was gonna die anyway, so that's sweet. cast another one. I'll take 3 more damage to the face then. Oh, speaking of first strike, this also has it. Let's just attack and see what happens. Okay. Ogre Battle Driver. And then pass. So you still, yeah, of course you still have first strike. But now I got a 3/3 in the way. I can make my soldier a 3. Yeah, we'll do that. Attack for 1. Pass. Okay, that's assuming it would attack. Not attacking, apparently, though. I'm gonna swing with the... What do we do here? We'll go with just this. I will kill the Battle Driver. And the Aura's also gone. The Thunderous Might is also gone. Pass. Deus of Calamity. I gotta figure out what to do about a 6/6 Trampler. Gotta figure out what to do about this now. Okay. A 6/6 Trampler. What do we do about that? I could just attack with everybody and then nuke the board. Hopefully this was not a mistake. Blood Knight. Oh, protection. Protection from white and first strike. Oh, how this just doesn't work in my favor. Helix. I gotta do it to the face. Blaze to the face. And then... Well, yep, he just top-decked a Blood Knight with protection from everything I had. I just got wrecked by Blood Knight. And something called Memory Erosion is in effect. I just got utterly ruined by a Blood Knight, of all things. Alright, let's just try our dungeon and then probably give this a rest. Sea dragons, it looks like. No matter which way I go, sea dragons. I think life loss carries over since we're in a dungeon. Every time I cast a spell, I mill 2 cards. Hopefully I can wrap this up quickly since I'm playing a 40-card deck. This is immune to combat damage. Okay, that's another fog bank. Right. I'm gonna play a Spear of Heliod, which is gonna get countered. Barely any cards left in his hand. I do kind of like the sound of that, so... Force of Will. to counter my Spark Trooper. I would have loved to have gained 6 life on that. 15 cards in my library. There's definitely cause for concern. Frantic Search, draw 2, discard 2, untap the 3 lands you tap to cast it. Hand is empty, so this is good. Alright, and I'm gonna get a soldier. $11 cards left in my deck. Frantic Search again. Okay, back to me. Etherling. That's gonna be trouble to deal with. But I have plenty of creatures that can just attack and go through unblock. I have plenty of... Oh, Lightning Helix. Yeah, I'll just finish them off with burn damage. Don't even care about the Etherling anymore. What is the power of Relic Seeker? I think that's the 2/2 that once it becomes renowned gets an equipment from your deck. Okay, it is. That is the renown. Go get an equipment. You can counter a shapeshifter and you start with a Kavu Runner. Still, I wonder if that's going to be enough. I'll try this hand. Sol Ring. Well, I'm gonna do 3 damage. Cycle. Ponder. Play a creature. Attack for 3. Pass. Morphling. 1, 2. Okay, but you need mana to actually do stuff with a Morphling. 5 abilities, but you need, like, at least 1 mana for each of them, and she's tapped out, so... She tapped out to play that Morphling, so this is perfect. Helix. Perfect. And I'm gonna gain some life. Copy Artifact. Sol Ring. Apparently we need another Sol Ring. Sure. Another copy art... Okay, sure. 3 Sol Rings. Now we got a 5/2 just sitting here. Precinct Captain. Okay, and the shapeshifter's gone. And now so is the shapeshifter. Like, as in the opponent. You get, okay, 17 life in the next game. That's another shapeshifter. What if I go this way? Quiz in the face again. This is the one that has to attack each turn of Fable, right? Because fighting is easier than figuring out what else to do. 2 dragons blocking the way. Oh boy. Nobody said this was gonna be easy. I'm gonna see what's off in this direction. You will ante a Kavu Runner. Cast. Untap the lands. Then play a Fog Bank. I'm gonna Helix the Fog Bank. I'm gonna play counter. I'm like, okay, which of these cards am I okay with losing in case the Sea Dragon has a counter spell up? What am I fine with losing? Okay, that's gonna resolve. What about this? $18 cards left on my deck. We're just going to go for it. Everybody attack. I think we just go wide and end the game on the spot here. Yep. No matter what, I either have to duel a shapeshifter or just turn around and leave. I'm gonna deal with the shapeshifter and the Sea Dragon. Or at least try to. Yeah, at least all the extra life I'm gaining is, yeah, it's just carrying over to all these later duels. Random force on my deck. Well, at least I have access to both the colors I actually play. Diving Griffin. Protection from green and from blue, whatever this is equipped to. Pass. Copy artifact. But will she find a creature? Or something that's going to make copies of creatures. I guess that technically counts. Oblivion Ring, the followed footsteps. Otherwise she'll just get a... Again, she could still get a Diving Griffin every single turn if I don't remove the second copy of that she just played. Helix. Yamabushi's Flame. And there's another Sea Dragon. I'm at 25 life. I lose a bulk common if I screw this up. Nice brainstorm. Oh, hello, physicist. Tap. Pass. So am I in or nah? Physicist is asking me if he wants to play like endless mode on pressure like this weekend, and I'm honestly leaning towards yes. I got hit with Force of Will, but that's fine. I'm leaning towards yeah for the endless mode run. Gonna rack in the score. I don't know about that. Wait, why did I just cast this? He didn't block. This is immune to combat damage and the computer didn't block. Could have prevented me from gaining 6 life, but didn't. Wait, all of our lives? I thought we only had like 1 life each still. Or am I just like misunderstanding? Force of will to counter a Shine Wind? Of all the things you're gonna counter with Force of Will, you're gonna counter that? Okay, I need to find an actual win con. Not just more land. Another land card. I literally forget that's an item that exists because I basically just play exclusively single player on... I was about to say Shandalar. On Pressure, I pretty much will only play single player. Or just asking, like, who do I take? I will let these hit me. I mean, I have to. They fly. Oh shit, Etherling. Gets +1, -1 in response. I'm not just gonna exile this so I can't remove it? Okay! The computer's just gonna, like, not know how to keep that thing alive. And I got a soldier token. Yeah, just pay 1 blue mana, exile Etherling, so yeah, just dodges Oblivion Ring. But no, it just increases power. Totally not like what an actual human would do if they had Etherling. Totally not what they would do, by the way. Got my opponent to 1 life. Alright, just bolt to the face. What is this card? Hypnox. Is this like the 11 mana if you cast it from your hand, do something? Is this like the 11 mana 8/8 or something? Is this the card I think it is? It is. Hypnox. If you cast it from your hand, exile all... If you cast this for 11 mana, exile all cards from target opponent's hand. If the game even goes on for that long. If the game's even gonna go on for that long to begin with. So... I really wouldn't want to lose a Lightning Helix, but I'm gonna keep that hand. Alright, let's not screw this up. I don't want to lose Lightning Helix. Bear. I'm thinking the opponent's gonna block because they think they can kill this, but it's just gonna gain power and toughness when it blocks because it's got Bushido 1. Exactly. 5/5 with Defender. And if it's targeted by anything, it goes poof. Can you buy the defib and then... I'd actually have to go check. Even if I can't, I mean, if we stay alive for long enough, there's just a good chance we find one, and then we only need to, like, find one each anyways. They'll just say, like, you buy one or something, and then you find another, and then you can just give the other to me. I should definitely check. That would be a good idea to go look and see. Let's see what it'll do here. He blocked with the 5/5. Wow. Spell Snare, which counters my 2-drop. Another counter spell. Sure, go figure. Unlike what I was going for. I was trying to go for, like, 0 deaths exactly. Me, I was just hoping to play for, yeah, 0 deaths. I'm still really proud of what I did manage to get deathless. Over 1,100 doors is still insane. Alright, so we have Treasure being guarded by, I think, the Wind Dragon. Oh, Shinewind in the next duel! I'm kidding, that sucks. That could be, like, one of the better creatures in my deck, by the way. Get him submitted to the leaderboard, specifically under the No Revives category. I don't know, it's just a bigger flex to say you did all that without a single death. Keep hand. I'll start by fetching. The bear. Another bear. Wait, SRC, what do you mean? What do you mean it canned the endless category? Highest amount of rooms. What do you mean? Highest room amount. It's still here, I believe, right? The endless speedrun category still exists, just not the record. What do you mean by this? I mean, of course, there's supposed to be a world record. I mean, there's got to be a world record, right? I'm so confused. Yeah, I just checked to see, and there's still, like, the endless category. Yeah, clearly I must be misunderstanding something. Okay, so that is there's 3 illusions on the battlefield, so that's a 3/3. I'll just make that downgrade into a 2/2. Oh boy. Okay, the illusion's now effects proof. Pass. Okay, I don't need another land here. Especially if you can just make illusion tokens with flying. While I just sit here and do literally nothing. They remove the category, Okay, so they got rid of the... I think they kept the high score. I'd be surprised if they got rid of it. Alright, now I gotta figure out what I'm doing about all this shit right here. Definitely should at least attempt to kill something here. I really need an answer, and I need one quickly. Because this is going to get seriously out of hand if I don't find an answer. Oh, is that a second Lord of the Unreal? It is. I think we're caught. And you just cast another one. It's over. I'm dead. 3 Lord of the Unreals, and he just spammed a bunch of tokens with Maloku. It's so over. I'm not gonna get out of that. All that dueling just to lose like miserably. And now I'm losing, and now I'm down an Oblivion Ring. Absolutely miserable way to go out. That was like right next to one of those treasure chests that had a piece of dungeon loot in it too. Miserable way to go out. I would like that lightning bolt. I'm gonna go for it. Back down to 11 life, he's got 20. If I get lucky, I can still kill him. I'm gonna get a lightning bolt. And then I guess you'll get to see what I gave the Ape Lord for a deck. Mountain. Well, speaking of lightning bolt, I'll take one to the face. Punishing fire. Hopefully this gets to stick around. Okay, how are we gonna get this out of the way? Yeah, I told you, they still have the high score. They still have a no revives and a with revives category. You must be looking in, like, the wrong place. And yeah, I'm looking at the with revives, and I still don't know how you do it. Especially since, like, if you leave the experience, you get reset back to 0. And yeah, it is 7,488 with revives, and 5,939 without. This is not kidding, by the way. That is all for real. I need to gain some life quickly now. Okay, we're just gonna waste the pump spell, I see. Every time I gain life, the punishing fire is just gonna come back. And then I just realized, oh shit, that's gonna come back every time I gain life. Deploy the spear. Sure. Just thinking, what do I cast? If it even matters. Makes sense. Apes of Wrath. Ape Lord. Makes sense. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. And I'll make a soldier. And pass, and hopefully... Show me where you... Oh, you mean like the page on SRC? I believe, yeah, I can post it in chat, and I think you can click it. Can you click that? Does that work? gonna Helix the Treetop Village. Sure, I'm gonna get rid of one of my soldiers. I can just make more. Spark Trooper, attack for 7. Oh, even got a Misty Rainforest. A Lotus Veil. And then some other cards I don't care about. And give me that Lightning Bolt. Give me that Lightning Bolt. Give me your cards. Edit deck. That is gonna go straight in. Lotus Veil sells for a measly 80. This sells for 40. What is Brindle Shoat? Sell for 15. Yeah, it's still there. Why? I don't know why they would. Why would they even can it in the first place? Like, what reason do they have to can it? It wouldn't make any sense. I mean, especially considering like how hard like some people worked on it. Especially like without whoever the fuck got like 5,000 plus doors and no deaths. The Bober times. I don't know how you do this. Look, I can buy colorless cards. I've been here before. Rupture. I think I'm literally just gonna take this out and put like another. Do I have a mountain? I don't have a basic mountain. I don't even think I need a basic mountain. Or I could put this in. I think it'll just be better than a Rupture Spire. I think this is just slightly, only slightly better. Since I'm not trying to make like all 5 colors of mana. Whatever, yeah, Boros Garrison. So it's slowly coming along, guys. So, save. And yeah, 2.5 hours. That's definitely a long enough stream for sure of this. And my win-loss ratio is starting to actually get pretty good. I think we started this whole playthrough losing like our first 3 games in a row. I mean, actually improving the deck goes a long way. Alright, I guess see you some other time then.